Good morning. Senior moment. Just been talking to myself for 20 minutes without putting the microphone on. Thank you so much. It's almost like watching Arnie Slot manage Liverpool. No green screens yesterday, day off for me. But let's take a look at some of the plays and you'll have noted that Bologna loss all down to Jamie Vardy's finishing. Well, the main play yesterday would have been that Bologna-Cremonese match. How would we have attacked this in the best way to limit our liabilities? All about averaging, which is something I've talked to you about before, mostly in live streams. So an early goal for Piero for Cremonese, and we were sticking to our Bologna 2-goal habit, which is there. It's in the form book. But it's a Monday game. This is why I take days off Monday and Friday. We tend to see the cock-ups. There's old Jamie Vardy there. So if you got involved at 0-1, it's not an error, I don't think, based on what we're seeing form-wise, is it? I did warn you that Cremonese have the ability, with a 1-1 against rock-solid Como and a win against AC Milan on the opening day of the season away from home. They do have the ability to surprise, and when you've got a forward of this class, even though your expected goals might be low, he will still finish. So if you got involved here, we'd be in a losing position here at 0-2. Now you've got an option to average up. So if I'm using £40 stakes, what I would do in this particular case at 0-2, I would back Bologna with £5, lay Cremonese £5 as liability. My hope is that we will get a Bologna goal. If we get a Bologna goal, that averaging will knock out the red that you're seeing and give you a potential for a break-even or a marginal loss, particularly on the insurance element, which would have been low given the 2-goal habit for Bologna. So that's your out. That's your out there. So if you did play it in that regard, well done. But ultimately, a losing play. Very, very disappointing for Bologna. I don't know what happened with them yesterday. Sudden turning off of all form lines and scoring potential. Something stupid like 13 or even more shots off target. No, we're heading to some crazy figures for shots off target for Bologna yesterday. Elsewhere, Birmingham did score first. Braga emphatic against Aruca, but absolutely no trading angle in there. And Rayo Vallecano scored first, and that wouldn't have been a trade given their clean sheet record. Really, really solid clean sheet, so you're not going to be taking them on. The opponent might have a trouble even scoring that goal, but they did get a 1-1. So let's move on to today. And you can tell it's December. The Premier League is beginning to play its midweek set of matches. So let's have a look. Seems to be a running theme today. Jekyll and Hyde, home and away form. Bournemouth at home, exceptional. Win-win draw, win-win draw. Everton, which Everton turns up? The 10-man winning away at Manchester United, 1-0, or the side who gets absolutely drubbed by Newcastle United. Can't make up their mind. Very unreadable. Unreadable teams are not necessarily tradable teams, are they? But we're going to be reliant, I think, on Bournemouth's home form, seeing them through today. They've got to end that recent losing sequence, which has come away from home. 2.2 the favourite. They only normally tend to get beat by the big boys, but Sunderland beat them at the weekend. Fulham and Manchester City, again, stark contrast for both of these two teams. Home form is superb. Only a loss, 0-1 to Arsenal, and wins otherwise. Did win away against Tottenham, but then my Sunday League pub side could win away against Tottenham. Manchester City are far, far worse away than they are at home. I had to double check. Let's have a look. This is unprecedented stuff from Manchester City, isn't it, away from home? 1-1, 1-0 defeat, 2-1 defeat, 2-1 defeat. Beating Brentford 0-1 and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0-4. The only team that scored 2 goals against away from home is Wolverhampton Wanderers. And my Sunday League pub side could score 2 goals against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So therein is your Jekyll and Hyde in that particular match. Fulham's exceptional home form against Manchester City's wobbly away form. But where are Fulham in the league? They are 15th. Are we going to see 2 goals from Manchester City? They do score 2 goals, but we've got that big gap in form there. Newcastle against Tottenham. Again, it's a running theme. Tottenham, superb away from home, picking up the wins. Their only loss coming in the North London derby against Arsenal. So they could be a force to be reckoned with today. Let's have a look at Newcastle's home form. Win, loss, win, win, win at home, scoring 2 goals in each of the last 3 matches. So that is going to be more competitive, I would suggest, than 1.83 if Tottenham's away form turns up. Again, the running theme of Jekyll and Hyde. 3 consecutive away wins for Blackburn, but having trouble scoring that second goal at home. The only time they scored it was against Southampton. Ipswich Town, the first loss in 7, came against Oxford United at the weekend. Very, very unexpected, and they were shorter odds than this. But if you look at their XG a little bit later on, Ipswich Town have a real goal threat if turning up. 3 consecutive away wins and scoring in each of their last 6 away for Ipswich. Do remember that if Blackburn score first today. Wigan have not scored that second goal since the 20th of September, so therefore wins at home will have to necessarily be 1-0, 2-0, clean sheet wins. Sorry, 1-0. Very, very restrictive, isn't it, if you concede a goal for Wigan. Contextually, 3 consecutive wins against 17th and lower at home, playing 19th today. But this is a Burton, pretty good away form. Win, draw, win away for Burton, and only 2 losses since the 30th of September. So it's a mystery to me why this is more competitive market-wise, a bit more like this match. But we will see whether the market gets it right or not. We've got a smattering of cup matches, and quite simply, I will be around for you at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock onwards, just in case. But pretty much scrub these. 1-2 win for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga at the weekend against Dortmund. Always tricky, 2 consecutive head-to-heads, because you'll have obviously learnt lessons from the weekend and how to sort that out. Elsewhere, Mönchengladbach against St. Pauli. St. Pauli, I would suspect, eyeing the defeat here to get out of this cup. Focus on staying up. That's where the big bucks are. Leipzig at home in the Bundesliga, exceptional. Winning machines. Anything to change that? It's all dependent on whether they're up for the cup against Magdeburg today. Coppa Italia, Juve against Udinese. Again, we get a little bit of short shrift. Juve did get a win at the weekend to put to bed that very poor run of draws at home. But again, are they up for the cup? Ajax and Groningen. It's a continuation of probably a snowed match. Groningen's 2nd consecutive snowed match suspension. Not playing that at all. Momentum completely gone. Ajax, new manager as well. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Derby, style, match. Absolutely no point in researching this at all. Could be fireworks, could be a 0-0. Look at the Chelsea-Arsenal match. 10-man Chelsea against 11-man Arsenal. Only ended 1-1. You're going to get strange results in derby-style matches. Copa del Rey, lots and lots of familiar names for us there. The majority of La Liga sides are playing away from home. I will be on the hand for you from 5 o'clock onwards, just in case there's anything in these cup matches that we can profit from. But a bit like derby-style matches, you write off your liability if you're going to get involved. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the expected goals analysis, but with a caveat that we're entering that period of time now for the Premier League sides where they're playing multiple games all at once. Form lines are going to be skewed, and the teams with the greatest squad or the best quality squad will be the ones who come out on top at the end of this Christmas campaign. We've got a Bournemouth side who hopefully will be licking their lips. Possibility of scoring 2 goals again against an Everton side who do give away 2 goals. The only negative with this XG is that we're not getting home XG for the home side, away XG for the away side. This is overall XG. And what I've done, I've asked AI to give me the actual goals. So you can get actual versus expected. Just see whether they're overperforming or underperforming. So you can see defensively, Bournemouth are not quite on their game. Expected chances wise, they're not giving too much away, but there must be some reason they're conceding a lot more. That could be down perhaps to not sorting out set pieces correctly, maybe being vulnerable to that long throw which is entered in the Premier League calendar again, or vocabulary again. But just note these contrasts. They are underperforming XG as well. They're creating solid chances, but I suppose this is near the mark. I would round it up to 2, wouldn't I? So that makes sense. Everton, pretty much bang on the button. 1.31 actual goals conceded on average, 1.21 expected goals conceded on average. So bang on the button there. An interesting match. Possibility of 2 goals from Everton again, but stark contrast home and away form. Not factored in to these XGs. Well, Manchester City, I've just alluded to, they are very, very poor away from home. But overall, creating enough chances for 2 goals a game, and they've got the player/players to convert, don't they? Fulham, again, if this was XG for Fulham at home, it would be a lot more robust. If it was XG for Manchester City away in isolation, it would be a lot poorer, wouldn't it? They've only scored 2 goals once. That was against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Fulham, overall, trouble scoring that second goal. But put into the context of their home form, they could be a lot more robust this evening. Newcastle United against Tottenham. Therein lies the Spuds' problem. But yet again, if you were to look at the expected goals for and against in isolation away from home, it would be a lot rosier than this. Newcastle, very robust at home. That's probably been their expected goals for, probably been brought down a bit by a recent run of single goals, particularly post and pre-Champions League. But therein lies Tottenham's overall problem, but they are far better away from home than they are at home. I just get the feeling Thomas Frank will be on the shortlist for the sack pretty soon. I don't think they can tolerate such woeful home form, but away they are doing okay. Yes, it's a derby-style match, but let's have a look at the XG. This is typical of Diego Simeone, making it so hard for teams to score that second goal against. But look at this overall. This is heading towards some of the highest you're going to be seeing expected goals for, edging towards 3 goals a game for Barcelona. But derby-style match. It could be a 0-0. It could be a 4-4. You just don't know. So that's it for today. Having done a 20-minute video already, I know the stats so I could get them to you a lot quicker. I'll see members from 5 p.m. onwards today. Caution. Ever wise at this stage of the season and with so many cup matches, but we might just get a cup trading angle or two if the big boys like Leipzig continue their exceptional home form. And Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen should be both teams to score, should be another goal before half-time. We will see. If you'd like, sign up for the e-letter. The link is in the description. You'll get Premier League research and expected goals every Saturday. And you can see with the XG, we're improving it week in and week out. As I get to know the AI apps a lot more, I can teach them a lot better. 14-day free trial as well at FootballTradingProfits.com. By all means, take that up. I'm on hand for you. And if we have a Saturday like we had a Saturday last week, you'll be filling your boots. Have a great day today. I will see members of FootballTradingProfits.com on Telegram from 5 p.m. onwards, just to keep an eye on the cup matches. Probably going to get going in earnest 7:45 and onwards. Some real contrasts, aren't there, today with home and away form for a lot of teams. It's very surprising. Fulham, for example, can't buy a win away unless you're playing Spuds. But at home, only Arsenal had trouble scoring a single goal against them to get a win, the sole win. And Manchester City only scoring 2 goals away against Wolverhampton Wanderers. My nan's retirement home, first 11, could score 2 goals against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Have a great day, and I will see members a little bit later on.